Don't you be afraid.
Well, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Jamila 7 with Tens and 7 Gaming, and today I wanted to talk about some legendaries that don't get enough love. Like, there are really good legendaries in the game that don't start with skipping stone bull. You know what I'm saying? Forbidden medicine, things of that nature. They're actually really good legendaries, and most of them come from the charm slot. But let's get into it. The first legendary I want to talk about doesn't get enough love. I don't hear enough talk about is the Demon Cutter. Demon Cutter is a moon stance katana, and the ability is stagger on the target has a 30% chance to throw nearby enemy. And in case you don't know what throw means that they get knocked on the ground, which is big. It can be big in certain situations of survival because it'll get enemies off, especially when you're focusing on one enemy or you're trying to kill that one only in Nightmare Survival, whatever. That 30% chance to knock everything down could be really big. Especially in the right setups. If you run Demon Cutter with, say, where is it? Impactful throws, throwing the enemy through the air causes them to be knocked down for a short time and vulnerable to counter strike. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of builds that you can make that work in if if people looked at it more. All right, then you have the my Yoshi's hand. You know, a lot of people, when I made the explosive blaze build, a lot of people didn't even know Yoshi's hand did this. But you have Yoshi's hand staggering the target has a 30% chance to cause a knockdown. Goes back into what I said. Like, it's already a water stance katana, so you have the ability to use that. Use surging strikes on it. I think I have a use katana with surging strikes, the water master. So you can use the increased damage surging strikes on the Yoshi's katana and get that extra damage. So that's pretty big. Another legendary that doesn't get as much love as it should is the Weightless Spirit. Yes, I know it's living in the shadow of the Skipping Stone. I know. And if you had a choice between putting a Weightless Spirit on the Skipping Stone boat, you would go with the Skipping Stone boat just for the sheer damage numbers. But the Weightless Spirit isn't a slouch either. The arrows don't descend. You can shoot an arrow from anywhere and it's always going to hit where you shoot it at. You don't never have to worry about like air fluctuations or anything like that. So there's a lot of possibilities in a build like that. I mean, if you wanted to do a sniper build with Eagle Eye, you wanted to do a run and gun build with Sharpshooter, you can do that because it has a shorter draw time to max. It does less damage, but you never have to really worry about what it's doing or anything like that. So that's the big thing about the Weightless Spirit. Heaven's thing is still being pretty used, but I can't even lie. Bomb patching and forbidden medicine is kind of taking over that slot for assassins. Let's get to the charm slot, which I think is completely unused. And I'm partly to blame for it because I released a video a while back talking about charms and how charms they match up well with legendary pieces. And in some cases they do. But when you like me and you try to build different builds and you trying to be as diverse as possible, things like the last break, instead of taking fatal damage, heal for 50 health every 5 minutes. That's crazy. And if you look at this particular piece that I have, I have resolve gain, damage reduction, and combo regeneration. So I'm always regening, and whenever I take a big hit, I can survive it. Like things like that. That is so big. You can pretty much put the last breath in any build on any character, and it'll serve its purpose. You have Benkei's last thing. This is an archer style of a charm because it has a lot of range options and has a 15% chance to ignore arrow damage. I think the 15% could have been a little higher, maybe about 30%, 40%, maybe even 50%. Like one every 2 hours, you can ignore the damage. Then it'll get more of you. Then we have Sacred Iron. Sacred Iron is a phenomenal ability. Maybe not in survival this week, but in the coming weeks, especially the raid, Sacred Iron is going to be big because you can run it on a Ronin build. You can run it on a Samurai build. Enemies that deal melee damage will have weakness applied to them. You can run a pure weakness build. Like you can do that with Sacred Iron. You'll do that with the fan, Lady Sinus fan, and you can also run the Caltrops, the Demon Seed Caltrops that apply weakness. So you can do a complete weakness build with this set. Then there's Shogun's Fortitude. I made a assassin build with Shogun's Fortitude maybe a couple days ago, and I pretty much went through the whole Nightmare mission. I did the whole Nightmare mission with my assassin build. Shogun's Fortitude is a great ability. It gives you immunity to flash bombs and poison, which are both big in this week's survival and nightmare missions. And what else can you say about it? Angel's Remotes deal 15% bonus damage on that field or on that full health. I'm making a build. Currently working on a build with this right now. Think about this. You have Angel's Remorse, start a mission, land on your assassin, run up behind the target, do assassination, right? You get 15% on top of all of that assassination damage you already have stacked. Killing everything. It's crazy. Like this, it's really crazy. But it's over fact because and how most assassins play, even archers. Like if you play at range with an archer, you keep your health up with your archer, you're never gonna get touched. That's 15% more damage on your hunter. It's 15% more damage on your skipping stone bow. I don't see Lady Shanzo surprise used as much as it can be. This is probably one of the most overrated or underrated abilities in the game. A lot of people use the dirt throw for the fire, but if you use Lady Shanzo's surprise, you get the dirt throw with the fire, you get the blind them, and you have a 15% chance of making them hallucinate. That's crazy. Yes, it's not gonna work in survival this week. Immunity is crappy this week, but I don't see enough of this. I don't see enough love coming up for this legend. And last but not least, this used to get used so much. The Kenji share group, but the Mr. You Got is taking over. Like everybody runs some kind of smoke bomb with Mr. You Got It. You don't see if they run a healing brew, they run it on themselves, and they're not using the one that heals everyone. Why not? Then on top of that, when you do pop a heal, all healing you do is if you use strong brute, all healing you do is increased by 50%. So that was just me shining a light on some underused, undervalued legendaries in the game right now. And hopefully this video was informative. It sparks some ideas in people's heads as far as how we can start to diversify our builds a little bit, especially with the raid coming up, because we don't know what we're going to see. We don't know what we're going to get from these raids. And you gotta know that developers are hard at work watching our YouTube videos, watching different streams, and like, okay, that's the meta. But we gonna set up this room to get rid of that. Why you think immunity is a thing this week? So that they can go immunity room or immunity wave at us or something like that. So just food for thought. Just food for thought. I wanted to, I want to start a conversation. I want to start a discussion about like why are we falling into this Metatron. But like yo, I use a lot of the same builds, a lot of the same legendary pieces. I use a lot of the same perks and stats everybody else uses. But I do also try to release builds and think of builds that's outside of the box that can still be efficient in different content. But if you like that content, definitely like, thumbs up. If you have anything you want to add, comments below. And if you're not a subscriber, definitely consider subscribing. We're always trying to drop new content. We're always trying to explore the unexplored. So, it's your boy Jamilio7, Sim7 Gaming.